What if I told you there's a skill that can give you more endurance on the wall without training? In part 1 of How to Get Less Pumped, we spoke about speed and pace. Well, today we're looking at the technique of resting on a climb. One of the biggest mistakes I see climbers make is thinking that finding a rest starts when you're already pumped. Resting should happen throughout the entire climb, not just when you're desperate. Let's break it down. To rest effectively, here's the basics. A balanced center of gravity. If you're off balance, you can't relax and therefore you can't rest. You need a relaxed grip. Try not to let one hand overwork while the other is shaken out. Hips close to the wall. Put as much weight as possible through your feet. Being able to open your hips and keep weight on your feet and off your hands is a superpower that everyone can have if they put the work in. Do you have poor hip flexibility? Start stretching today and breathe. Deep breaths help me keep calm and flood my body with oxygen, which will help reduce pump. Now there are 3 types of rests every climber should know. Good shakeouts, which are on big holds or knee bars where you can recover well. Unless it's a ledge, you won't get 100% back, but you may get 70 to 90% back here. Brief shakeouts, anywhere from 2 to 4 shakes for a quick rest. These may get you 10 to 15% recovery, but well worth it to get what you need to send. And mid-move shakes. These are my secret weapon. Very brief shakes of the hand you will do mid-move. Sometimes they're as long as a few seconds, but often they're just a brief interlude before you grab the next hold. I use these regularly whilst climbing easier terrain to manage the pump, but they can be a lifesaver mid-crux when you know you have to pull like hell on a bad hold. Shaking that hand for a second before you grab it could give you the beans to crush that next hold for the make or break crux move. So how long should you rest? Well, it kind of depends. The holds, your fatigue, your fitness, it's all a factor. There's no shortcut here, but with practice, you'll get a feel for when to stay and rest longer and when to get a move on. Some climbers use timers, but I rely on my own instincts. I think learning to use your instincts rather than a timer is better in the long run, purely for the fact that every attempt on a climb is different, and using a timer treats every attempt exactly the same. Master the technique of resting and you'll unlock more endurance than you thought possible. Got your own tips for resting? I'd love to hear them, so please let me know below in the comments. And don't forget to follow myself and Epic TV to keep up with the series. This is the end of the indoor series for now, but after a short break, I'll be commencing with a new series of trad climbing skills, so stay tuned.